as far as like him being able to go into it, if I die, he wouldn't be able to.
Are you? But
Only Bella can go into it.
Say,
Only Bella can go. Bella knows all my passwords.
Do you know what I call them?
What?
That's the cleanup crew.
I'm Honey German. My parents are Dominican. I was born and raised in New York City. I love sneakers, and I'm a body positive advocate.
I'm Carolina Bermudez. Soy nicaragüense, but I was born and raised in Ohio. I'm a wife, a mama, and a worker bee. This is Life in Spanglish.
And we are back. I'm Honey German.
And I am Carolina Bermudez, and we are ready to do this. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you holiday ready? That's the question I want to ask you.
Girl, but this is the thing. Okay, no, you first, because how many people do you have to buy for? I feel like you have a bigger family.
I do.
So then, like, do you have an actual total of people that you're doing?
I'm probably doing like 18. I'm doing kids, and then I'm doing everybody that really like part of my life in some way, shape, or form. So I'm doing like my hair girl, my makeup girl, my nail girl.
Yeah, but you have consistent people that
I
do
do.
That, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. These are like my right hands, and then I'm doing like everybody who works on my Sunday show, my producer, my board op. So my list was long, but for many years my list was only children. But I feel like I've had such an amazing year thanks to all these people that I have in my life.
It's great to give back.
That I want to give back, and I want to make them feel special.
Well, I haven't done a damn thing. I have not.
Not
purchased one gift. Hanukkah is now.
Yeah.
And my husband, God bless him, said, "Hey, you didn't get anything for Hanukkah?" I was like, "Is."
When?
Really?
When?
It's like today. It's happening now. What are you talking about? So I had to frantically get things for my kids. But like honestly, for Christmas, definitely not Christmas ready.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not alone. I feel like anybody who might be like listening right now, I feel like there are some people who are very strategic and they have their lists and they do this. I just feel like life was so crazy that Cyber Monday, I was trying to like buy a bunch of stuff, and then I was going in the cart. The H&M site kept crashing. Sorry, but I'm gonna throw you under the bus, H&M. And every time I would go to my cart, it was like things were missing because then they like were sold. So I got so frustrated. I was like, no, I'm gonna devote like one day because I just don't have the time.
Are you gonna devote one day and go to the stores, or are you gonna devote one day and go online?
Oh, girl, let's not get crazy. I'm gonna do one day, and I'm just gonna like look at my entire list, and I want to be thoughtful with my gift giving. Because I don't like just giving a gift just to give it, to like cross that person off the list.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I kind of like, I prepared this year and I asked people like, what are you thinking?
Did you really?
What do you want? Yeah.
The only thing that I did prepare is that there are 13 children in our family, all of the grandchildren. And so I said to my brothers and sisters, I'm like, look, we all end up getting gifts for the kids that it's like, oh, what is your kid into? What are they, and we don't know what each one, because we all live so far apart. I said, why don't we just do gift cards? Everybody pulls and tios and tias.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then we say to them, you get to spend it any way you want. If you want to spend it on gaming, if you want to spend it on going to the movies with your friends, that's from your family and they want you to enjoy that.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So, yeah, but then also, you get the kids their gifts and stuff like that. But I feel like your husband might be on to you.
As far as what goes.
Does he check you? Like, does he say, like, do you guys have a holiday budget?
No.
You don't?
We don't. We don't even have a joint bank account.
Wait, so how do you guys do things at home? So I'd
be like, I need money for the light bill. And then he'll like Venmo it to me.
You guys Venmo each other?
Yeah, we Venmo each other.
That is so millennial.
Yeah.
This is like the coolest thing ever.
He doesn't know how much I make.
What? Are you kidding? I sound like Lil Jon right now.
No.
Again. This is like my
big
thing.
No, his check is his check, my check is my check, and then we just split the bills.
Do you guys know each other's credit scores?
No.
What?
Not really.
Gosh,
it's
and I'm
weird.
not shaming you. I'm not. I don't want. No. I don't want anybody who's listening right now to think that I am shaming at all. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm not taking it that way.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to qualify this.
Yeah.
Because I'm married to a financial planner.
Oh, so he needs to know everything that's happening.
That's why I'm saying this is so different for me.
No, nothing. Like I shop for my family, he shops for his family, so it's kind of like we're very 50-50 with everything.
Yeah.
So it's like the cable bill is 50-50, the rent is 50-50, like
evens out.
So yeah, it's very even, but we've always kind of been like that through our whole entire relationship.
Wow, but he has no idea how much money you make
or how much money I have in the bank.
That is
retirement savings, like nothing. It's just, and we like to keep it that way.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but it's just like even though we're married, it kind of like still gives us a sense of being independent individuals.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No,
it's
it
just
totally
like,
does.
You don't know how much I spend. You don't know how much I make. You don't know how much I have. But if he needs me for anything, I'm there. And if I need him, he's there.
Right.
But it's we're real big on privacy. We both have our phones with passwords, so we don't have each other's passwords.
You don't have his password?
No.
Oh my gosh, this just happened to me the other day. So I'm getting a new car, and my husband was communicating with the person. And I said, have you spoken to this person? And he said, oh, no, it's on my email. And I know his password to his phone. So I went over to his phone and I picked it up. And then I was just like, I go, your Yahoo is logged out. He's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. And he was like, oh, put in my password. And so I put in his password and it came up again. And he was like, well, what's wrong with my phone? So we spent half the day trying to figure out. We know each other's. There isn't anything. Well, I'm trying to think. We do something similar to what you guys do.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like my phone, he picks up my phone all the time, and like I
don't mind if my husband holds my phone, like
No,
if
I'm
he looks
saying,
at
like-
anything. But as far as like him being able to go into it, if I die, he wouldn't be able to.
Are you? But do
Only
you have
Bella
one
can go
per- I
into
was
it.
gonna say, you
Only
have to
Bella can go.
designate.
Bella knows all my passwords.
Do you know what I call them?
What?
That's the cleanup crew.
Yeah, it is. Bitch, delete everything.
Don't let them know how crazy I was.
You better delete all my DMs.
Preserve my memories,
For real.
okay?
And pick a good picture too.
That's right. Oh, because we had a problem with some pictures, girl. Please, we don't even want to go there. So we do something similar to you guys when it comes to expenses. As far as holiday expenses, we don't really have a holiday budget, which a lot of people do have, and I would recommend, because the one thing that you don't want to do is carry debt into the next year. This is my financial.
Carry debt.
This is my financial.
My debt follows me year after year.
This is what I've learned from my husband. If you don't have the cash, you can't buy it. That's our.
Well, we
rule.
did our wedding like that. I'll
Uh-huh.
tell you that much. We did our
Yeah.
whole entire wedding cash.
Yeah,
And
you
I
have
tell
to.
people that's one of the best things you can do.
One of the best decisions you could have done. Absolutely. So my husband and I, we know what we both make.
Okay.
And then we have the joint family account. So that takes care of like, mortgage, insurance, cars, like kids.
I've always
like,
wanted one of
all
those,
stuff
but
like that.
we've never been able to make it to the bank.
Do you know what you need? You just need to sit down and get every bill that you guys have to pay, and then because then that'll eliminate the Venmoing. No, seriously, like that.
Me being mad ratchet. Can you Venmo me the damn grocery money?
I'm telling you, I think this is like such a millennial thing, and like there are people who are listening right now. I am 40 years old. This is like not. We have a joint bank account, and that's not how we do it. That doesn't mean that you're not doing it the right way.
I'll be at the supermarket like, give me the money now before I pay, because I'm not chasing you for these $75.
So I just went to Whole Foods, okay? So then what we do though, the funny thing is that I have my Amex and he has his, and then it's like he would never question me and say like, "Oh, what'd you buy?"
That's good.
So
Okay.
it's like I can buy my own thing. Like it's I don't know. I think maybe our setup weird? Is our setup a little bit weird because like we don't know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
know what you're saying.
Um,
No, me and my husband move very privately in a weird way. And I think that came from us living together for so many years without being married.
right.
So it's like, okay, we're not commingling anything, because if you cheat on me, I'm kicking you out into the streets.
Okay.
And then we got married, and it kind of stood that way.
Well, then that's like, then you guys are kind of, it's a habit then.
It is a
So,
habit.
Like for you guys worked in the beginning, like you formed this habit. But yeah, my husband has been the biggest asset to me as far as financial planning, because I was a
That's amazing.
disaster.
He got you in order.
Well, you know what it was? I actually had a financial planner before I met him. So I had been working over at Z for a while, and I had a person who was like managing my money, and I, wasn't happy with what he was doing. And I met this guy, and then I said to him after like 3 months of dating, I was like, "So when are you gonna like help me figure out my say?" He was like, "No." He was like,
I'm not dating you for nothing, okay?
No, he goes, "I like you too much, and I don't like because
You
then
didn't want to
think
mix
about
the business with, and you were just dating 3 months, so it's kind of like
exactly, yeah.
later on it'll come.
It took about a year before he would do it. Before he would really take me on as a client, And then I said to him, so now I'll be like, when is my appointment? It's year end. I have not had time with you. I'd like to look at my assets.
You be pulling up to the office.
I know. And then he's like, he goes, we can have our meeting. I'm like, where? He's like, go to the bedroom. We'll talk about it right
Pull out the computer on the bed. I'll show you.
Exactly. But I think it's important for people to talk about finances, especially like in this day and age. And you know what? It's like you can get caught up in the whole like, keeping track of everything, but you really do have to maintain a budget. That's my suggestion.
Do you and your husband actually meet? Like meet?
You know what we do?
You do?
Yeah, we do.
Where do you meet?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen? Okay.
Yeah.
At least you don't go to the office.
No. No, I love his office. I would actually prefer that. But no, we sit down at the kitchen table and we'll just go through things. He'll just be like, what do you like? Like, where do you think you want to grow? Like, what do you want to do? Like, he's the brains behind the operation.
That's good. That's amazing. That's really good that you actually have that.
And like we talk about our goals as a couple, like where do we want to end up? Like what do we want to do? Do we want to buy a place? Like for the kids. And so there's a lot of stuff
I'm doing it all wrong.
No, you're not.
I'm having none of these conversations.
No, babe. No, but you know what? It's just different strokes for different folks, and it's like, that's why I say he was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I truly mean that, because like not even just from a emotional perspective or a love perspective, but it's just like mentally.
Yeah.
He's challenged me. He's introduced me to new things. He's really like helped me grow as a person.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I'll hook you up.
You'll hook me up?
I'll tell her
I'm
to
going to need that. You know what's crazy is like all the time I would be like, the only type of husband I would want is a plastic surgeon so he could keep me snatched all year long. Or probably have, some type of clinic at the house so he can liposuction me every time I fall off the bandwagon.
No, you know what? It's funny because my brother is actually a dermatologist and he won't work on me.
Oh, God, here we go.
I know. I'm just like, why are you so selfish?
I would pull up to the office and be like, I'm waiting. I'm outside. Bring coffee for me, too.
Come on, hook a sister up. But no, my mom, you know what my mom always tells me? She's like, una mujer siempre tiene que tener su centavito al lado.
Oh, you already know that. I tell my husband all the time, I will leave you. I don't need you.
Do you know that I do not have a secret bank account? There are a lot of women who do have a secret, and that's what my mom was saying. My mom was always like, you always have to have like a little side hustle or like a little side money. And I'm like, you know what? I've always been a true believer in like I am who I am. I mean, I'm not. Who am I going to hide it from?
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
I hide it from my husband.
I'm like, he sees everything. So
I don't even let him see my ATM receipts.
Are you serious?
No.
This sounds like it, but you know what? It's kind of sexy.
He'll apply pressure to me. It is, and it's very
you
like
guys
mysterious.
are very mysterious.
We
like,
are, and it's like if he has like an ATM receipt, he'll like crumble it up and like throw it out the window, like
and
for
then
me
you'll
not
go
to
and
see.
dive into the
Yeah, for real. I'm like on the Garden State Parkway doing like tumbles, trying to catch a piece of paper. But yeah,
if you see Honey on the side of the road with a stick, she's looking.
You already know what I'm looking for.
ATM.
My man's ATM receipt. I want to know how many bands you got in there.
That is so funny. But wait, so now what do you guys do as far as buying each other gifts? Like, does he give you a list or does he tell you, I have my eye on these things?
No, he'll tell me exactly.
And then what do you do?
And I'll tell him what I want.
Okay, so why don't you just go buy it?
Exactly. That's what we should do. And we kind of like, we're weird. We kind of like want to match each other's amount that we spend.
Oh, really? So
it's like, I spent $1,000 on you. My gift better be $1,000 too. Like, we're that type of people.
I swear.
We're like kids, I guess.
You guys are the most entertaining, adorable couple.
You have to come over.
No,
he already told me what he wants.
What does he want?
He wants like a coat, like a really good winter coat.
I don't
preferably
blame him.
a Montclair.
Okay.
Exactly. That's already like what is that?
Have you gone to Farfetch?
Is that where I need to go get this coat at?
Yeah. I'll show you.
Heard you.
But you know what? I feel like that's a very practical, smart gift.
It is, and he'll wear it a lot. Sometimes I tell him like, don't buy that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he'll look at things. I'm like, you wear that like 3 times. Why?
If it's like super trendy.
Yeah, if it's too trendy, or if it's like a Gucci T-shirt or something with like 3 snakes on the chest and it's green. I'm like, where you going with that?
Right.
So you don't spend $500. You can wear it 2 times, and then it's just gonna sit in the drawer. But let's say it might be a Gucci belt that he might wear 100 times. Then I'll be like, definitely buy it. Like,
absolutely.
I don't care. So I kind of like sometimes have to pull him off the ledge with the things that he buys.
I love that he is so definitive about his style.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
He is, and he's very finicky about everything he wears. He even tells me, like, take that off. That don't even match.
What's his real name? What's his name?
I call him Noonie.
Noonie. He's so cute. He looks like a teddy bear.
His sister gave it. He is. I call him Teddy Bear.
You guys have to follow us on LI Spanglish on all of our social media.
Yeah.
We have to post a picture of
We do have to post him.
Noonie?
Yeah, but here's the problem with Noonie, why I don't post pictures of him.
Why? Oh, am I not supposed to tell you?
No, because, Noonie's been around a lot. Noonie was like born and raised in New York. And
real?
then sometimes, somebody will tag somebody and be like, look who I found. Bitch, you found my husband. Why are you tagging somebody else talking about look who you found? He has no social media. So whenever a picture of him goes up like on a friend's account or something, I'll go look at the
Oh.
comments, and then it's like old school females.
And
like,
then you're like,
"Oh,
well, let
say
me
hi to
look."
Noonie for me. No, don't say hi to Noonie for you.
Noonie doesn't need a hi from you.
Exactly.
He's been living fine without your hi.
You know, he was kind of like a male thought before I met him, so
Oh my God.
the whole entire Brooklyn knows him.
Well, then we're not going to post.
We're not going to post him.
I hate to disappoint you, but just take my word for it. He's an adorable little teddy
He's a
bear.
brown little teddy bear.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about our listener emails, which, by the way, we love when you guys email us. lifeinspanglishpodcast@gmail.com. Buenos dias, ladies. I'm a mama to 2 beautiful boys. Oh, just like you, Carolina. They are my whole life, and I couldn't picture a better job than being a mama. I agree. Okay. Recently, my 5-year-old entered kindergarten, has been getting along better with the girls in his class rather than the boys. My husband recently sat me down and asked if we should be worried about him hanging out with too many girls. I love my son, and I hate to think my husband thinks less of him for having girlfriends. Should I tell him to lay off and let our little boy just be? I'm not worried about my son, and I don't think he should be either. Please help.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different directions that this can go. I don't know if your husband is Latino too, so forgive me because I don't have that information. I think that there are times, and it's not just Latinos, it's other, ethnicities or cultures where people tend to be very like macho. They want their son to be like a football player, testosterone and, trucks and things like that. Personally, I believe your son is in an exploratory age. And it's a beautiful thing. And I think that by talking to him about it, you might be putting thoughts into his head that aren't even there to begin with.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
My son's, and I'll just tell you from my perspective, my son asked for a kitchen one year.
Oh.
And we were like, absolutely. There was not even
And you
a
got
second.
it for him?
Absolutely.
That is so dope. Because, a lot of traditional Latinos or maybe, just anybody who's macho or anybody who's old school traditional might be like, I'm not getting a kitchen set for a boy.
Well, but you know what? Look at your chefs. You got Bobby Flay. You've got David Burke. You've got all of these wonderful, notable chefs, and their passion for cooking came from something, whether it was from watching their mothers or whoever they were brought up by in the kitchen. So for me, I never equated my son asking for a kitchen with it being girly. I thought, oh wow, he wants to play house, and he sees me cooking all the time because I cook all the time. So maybe that was his way of being like mommy.
Yeah.
I really think that him having little girlfriends, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad life skill to have either, is to be able to connect to the other sex. So what I would say in this, I would go to your husband and just say, look, let him be for a little bit. If it turns out that, you want to have a conversation with him about it, but what's the conversation is my question.
Hang out with the guys. Some men are just like that. It's like, why are you not hanging out with the guys? Why are you hanging out with the girls? And, it also comes from, again, macho, old school mentality.
Yeah.
But I would say just tell your husband to lay off.
Or
let him be. Maybe he's just gravitating towards kids that have similar interests. And sometimes it's going to be girls.
Maybe some of the boys are kind of, he doesn't get along with them.
He's
maybe
not connecting.
Maybe you have the connection because of that. But I don't know. I think that little boys and girls, personally, Asher, one of his little best friends, he tells me all the time, he is a hunter. It's a little girl.
Aww.
And I said to her mom, I said, we have to have a play date. I said, because my son speaks so highly of her daughter. And another one of his best friends is Logan. She's a little girl.
First of all, can we rewind? Hunter and Logan are both girls. I love these names.
Aren't the names cool?
They are so cool.
Yeah. And so I said, who Asher connects, I'm just glad he's making friends.
Exactly.
That's my
Remember
big
back in the day when
takeaway.
everybody hated you in class and you're
Come
like, I
on.
don't have no friends.
I know. And you were the only person eating lunch by yourself. But you know what, too? I think it's very important to focus on something like this because there's a lot of gender inequality. There's a lot of gender speak in the news right now. And so I believe that as this next generation grows up, it's important for us to kind of dispel those previous thoughts about what a girl should be doing or what a guy should be doing. We were putting together the Christmas tree. So funny.
Aww.
And Noah says to me, Mommy, do you need Daddy to come and do that? And I said, do what? He goes, put the stand together. I said, why? He goes, because. And I said, because what? I said, girls can do anything guys can do. He was like, okay, Mommy, I'll help you.
Aw,
And
you
like,
see?
but it was just.
And you broke that cycle right there at that moment.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, but then instead of getting defensive and be like, why do you think that way? And, and I was like, wait, why? Why would we call daddy? And he was like, oh, because, you might. No, mama can do it.
Mama got this.
That's right. So, it's almost like raising my boys to recognize that women are capable. And my hope is that they end up with strong, independent women, or if they're, whatever it is that they decide to do and be, I'm going to be supportive of that. And it starts now.
It really does. What do you have more girlfriends or guy friends?
I'm really proud to say at this point in my life, I have both. But for a long, long time, mostly men I connected to. Yeah.
That's interesting because I always say I worry about women that connect more with men than women.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll be honest with you, I was more with gay men.
Okay.
Growing up. So it's like really women where I grew up. It wasn't an easy thing.
Mm-hmm.
There were times where I was targeted because I think I mentioned to you guys I grew up.
And you're talking about back in Ohio.
Back in Ohio,
okay,
yeah. It was a predominantly white, environment and town. So, I grew up kind of like going more toward, guys and having guy friends. But I always had a monogamous, like long-term relationship.
Okay.
So, I was always like, I feel like I was maybe like the homegirl, like, but like not in that way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And until like recently in my 20s and 30s is when I've had some very long-term friendships that I've taken with me throughout my life. But no, I've really connected more, I think, with a lot of like guy friends.
Really?
And gay friends. Yeah. What about you? You're girls?
I've connected more with girls. Just recently after I started working at Power, I made guy friends. My husband really doesn't believe in like guys and girls being able to be friends without being sexually attracted to each other or eventually having some type of sexual contact. So having guy friends wasn't really a thing for us.
Okay.
Like since we've been together for so long, and it's like, I had like my gay guy friends that he's like, nothing's gonna happen there. They're cool. But as far as like having like a male, regular, heterosexual, cute, potentially could slip up and give him the buns. No, that wasn't a thing in my relationship.
Do you want to hear something so funny? Cubby and I, which we do our morning show together on KTU, Cubby and I met in 2003. We remained friends, and then we ended up working together, years later at Z100. Always remained friends. Michael Yo, one of his interns, an attractive dude. We were always friends. Like, these were the people that I would talk to at night or text, or they'd ask me for advice about their girlfriends.
That's so cool.
Or like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's a responsibility of a friend though, or of a woman, to not let it cross that line. So, that's why I feel like I was raised I have 3 brothers.
Yeah.
So for me too, I have that connection with men where I can I laugh at the jokes. I think farts are hilarious. Like I really do. I mean, stuff like that doesn't offend me. So, I think throughout my life, I've definitely had like a lot of guy friends, and I appreciate that because it's given me a different perspective.
Yeah, now I have guy friends, as adult guy friends that I can go to. I can ask questions.
Does Noonie get upset?
No.
Okay.
Now he doesn't. Now he doesn't really care. Now, no offense to my guy friends, but now he feels like I'm like at such a stage in my life that he feels like I probably don't think anybody is worthy of like ruining my marriage over.
Well, yeah.
So now he's like super confident, like, oh, she'll never like mess with that guy. But when I was young, when I was in college, it was just like, why are you talking to this guy? So
there's
now
a
it's
little bit
like,
of
now it's like, talk to whoever you want. Like, I know you're my wife. I know you're like a career woman. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to be like trying to have lunch on a sneak tip behind the station. So he's more comfortable with me where I'm at in life. And the guy friends that I have are super mature and adults and established and have their own relationships.
Yeah.
So now it's different as opposed to like everybody just being single.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm actually going to do something. I'm going to do a little. Oh, well, look, John Pascarella just texted me. He's one of my besties. I love him. He wants to know if I want the Target coupon for this weekend.
John, send a Target coupon.
Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in my text messages. Okay, there's more girls in here, but I have five dudes, all married. Well, one's married, one has a partner, 2 are married now. I'm going up. And we just talk.
Yeah,
that's it. And it's a great thing to have a friendship, because sometimes I'll go to them and say like, hey, I'm dealing with this, and there's nothing that I ever say to my guy friends that is so intimate that it would kind of like cross that line between me and my husband. But and I think that's important too.
It is. It definitely is. And also what's very important is not disclosing too much information. Because my husband was like, you didn't say that to anybody, did you? Or like if my friends come over, he's like, were you talking about me to them? I'm like, no, I was not.
No, I know. But that's the thing. It's like, because then they wonder, like, what are they saying about me behind my back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's another topic for another day.
And we'll do it. Definitely.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Make sure you guys hit us up on email. lifeinspanglishpodcast@gmail.com, and then also on
Make sure you follow us on social media. It's LI Spanglish on Twitter and Instagram. Let's all be friends.
Let's do it.
And make sure that you subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on iTunes. We're everywhere.
Yeah. Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.